Purple?
Good teammate.
Share,
Take
family,
care.
family.
Take care.
How we doing? A little bit of a bigger group, right, from yesterday. What, you have conflicts for 8:30 a.m.? Everyone was in class yesterday, was that it? Sure. I thought we were being really honest today, so that's why I wanted to chat. So I'm Coach Belle, I'm the women's basketball coach. I know I look like I'm 14, but I've actually been coaching for 14 years. Can you believe that? 14 years. I have Coach Maria's in the house, she's one of my assistants. And my big sister is in the house. Yeah, this doesn't ever happen, so I had to just take a moment and do a little spotlight. So this is my big sister, and I'm starting with my big sis because really, my foundation of leadership studies and leadership understanding begins with my family. I'm one of 5 children. I'm the second oldest. This one's 2 years older than I am. Taught me everything I know. We didn't get along as children. We used to fight like crazy, compete like crazy, and now we collaborate. And to be great, you need to do both. So now we're great sisters. Same as being great teammates, all right? One of 5 children, one of 21 grandchildren, and we have shirts to prove it. We have shirts. It says Chinese Cousins on the front, and then our numbers on the back. So I'm the 6th grandchild, number 6. Should have worn it today, but I couldn't because today's USA Day, and I forgot to tell you all. It's USA Day at our kids' camp. Amber, where are you? Come on, baby, stand up, show everyone. This is awesome. And I wish I could have, come on, right front center. Amber said, Coach Belle, are you going to call on me? I said, no, I'm just going to ask you to come up to the front. Come on. I just asked you to join me in the middle aisle here. So I had no idea that she had these, and apparently she doesn't. They're Andes. Right? But today at Kids Camp, it's USA Day. We're celebrating USA. So if anyone wants to stop by the gym and really experience chaos, join us. All right? Thanks, Amber. See, that was quick. I want to get that over. Family, okay? My grandparents were my best friends in the world. They were a little bit older than I, right? But I hung out with them all the time. In fact, when I was 16 years old, I had a purple beeper. Do you guys know what beepers are? Anyone? Did everyone have a beeper? No. Please say no. I had a beeper. Purple beeper. Purple. Purple. Color of the day today. I don't even like purple. Purple's James Madison. I can't stand James Madison. Okay, so purple beeper. You know the only person in my life who would beat me? Guess who? Grandma. That's it. Grandma Carmela. She's the only one who would beat me. My friends, cool. They're like, here's a beeper. I'm like, only way Grandma can get in touch with me. And she would beat me nonstop because she was the center of our communication as a family. And so here's what our days would look like. I'd go over to Grandma and Grandpa's house, right? And picture this as the kitchen table. Can everyone see this? This is the kitchen table, right here. Actually, I'm going to slide it. Okay? I'm visual. You see? Is that baseball? Up on. All right? Grandpa, Rich, tripping, always over here, head of the table. This was Grandpa. There was a wall here, okay? My seat was here, but that was really Grandma Carmela's seat. But when she wasn't sitting, she wasn't ever sitting, I got to sit there. So I'd be sitting here, Grandma would sometimes be sitting here, and Grandpa here. Nick, you remember? You remember their seats, right? So this is what we would do. We would sit at the kitchen table. No, we're Italian. Did I mention that? We're Italian. So we'd sit at the table for hours. And Grandpa would be here, and he'd have his cup of coffee and his paper. All right? And he would flip through his paper, and then he'd ask me questions about the paper. I didn't have a paper. He had a paper. Right? I'm in high school. Let's say middle school, high school, pick an age. I was the same size. Okay? So we're going through the paper, and he would challenge me. And he talked to me about world events. Sometimes they were disastrous, frightening. Probably shouldn't be talking to an 8th grader, 7th grader, maybe. But really, really hard conversations about life. Other times they were really fun. Other times there was crosswords, and he would just challenge me. And so I learned from Grandpa that learning to lead is stretching yourselves. It's stretching your minds. Okay, it's learning about other people, it's learning about differences, it's learning about the world, not just the world you live in, not just our Dartmouth world, okay, but that whole thing out there. I mean, it's huge, and it just keeps going. You guys have had a chance to travel, most of us? We're so blessed if we have already, okay? It keeps going, so wherever you've traveled, there's more. There's more people, there's more languages, and there's more difference. There's all sorts of difference out there. Stretch your minds to understand each other. On your way to becoming a great teammate, you have to understand each other. Hard to do, really hard to do. Okay, so that's Grandpa Rich. Now let's Grandma Carmela. okay? Grandma Carmela, she would sit for the longest she ever sit. Party in the back, don't answer this because they know the answer from yesterday. What's the longest Grandma Carmela ever sat at that table? Any idea? No idea. How would you know? You've never met me. You don't know Grandma Carmela. Why would you know the answer to this? But see, you guys don't take risks. No one's even trying to guess. Can we get some participation in life from the 5 people in the front row? 15 seconds. So longest she ever sat. 15, and you know how we know that? Grandpa and I, when she would sit, Grandpa would pick his head up, wink at me, and time her. Literally time her. The longest she ever sat was 15 seconds. Did you know that, Nick? 15. That's it. What did Grandma Carmela teach me about leadership? Leading others is moving, okay? It's movement. She was constantly serving us, sitting there at the table for an hour, drinking coffee, having breakfast, and that's just the 2 of us. You know the rest of that big family, the 21 grandchildren? Well, there's parents where they came from, right? So many people. Imagine them sitting at the table. Do you think Grandma would sit for 15 seconds if they were there? No way. Constantly serving others. You see, it's not about Grandma. It's about her family. It's about others. It's about serving others. Being a leader has nothing to do with you. It has to do with all of you. It's not about you. Get over yourselves. Just start with that. It's not about you. It's about all of you. Greatest player coming out of high school. Awesome. I'm not mocking that. You need that. You need to appreciate that. You worked hard for that to get you here. But that stuff, you guys, is long gone. It's long gone. It's important because it brought you here. But now what are you going to do to move from where you are now to where you're headed? Understand? So Grandma Carmela taught me about movement. So leadership is what? It's movement and it's stretching. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to focus on Grandma Carmela. I bring my own. Preparation. I don't have purple. That would have been fun. All right, Grandma Carmela. 1L. You guys didn't know that. Here's what she taught me. Okay? Leadership. I'm an artist on the side. The most important word in that long word of leadership is not leader. It's not about leader. The most important word is ship. S-H-I, that's a P, as in Paul. Okay? What does a ship do? Not all at once. Come on, Dartmouth, you're sophomores. You got like a good year. It moves people. I coach them. They've heard this before. Okay? A ship moves people from one place to the next. Sometimes it moves things, okay? But we prefer people, coaches, right? We're athletes. We deal with people, all right? A ship moves people from one place to the next. So how can I help you move from being sophomore summerers, okay, to juniors? How can we help you move from learning to lead yourself, which is hard enough? You remember freshman year? Do you remember freshman year? How'd you guys do? Rough. Rough. Happy to meet you in your sophomore summer. You look a lot better. Probably feel a lot better, right? Freshman year is rough. You had to learn how to lead yourself, okay? Then you start pulling one by one someone else with you, right? Now we're going to throw even more on you. Now you'll be a junior, 2 years left here, okay? But just the beginning of the rest of your lives, but 2 years left here on your teams, in your programs, at Dartmouth College, to make a difference, right? To pave the way. 2 years, that's it, it's not a lot of time. How can I help you move? Well, I'm going to talk to you about culture. Come on, stand up. Come down here. Come on. Everybody, stand up. Let's go. Down here. You guys, wake up. It's 12:30, not 8:30. Oh, my gosh. Little kids. I mean, you know little kids with chest. Come on, join me over here. Everybody around. You're like, oh, that's good. You guys here? I really just wanted you to get up so I could feel a little closer. Because I don't know if any of you yet. in New York City, you never had one of these, right? You don't want a car in New York City, okay? So do you see there's just differences here? Differences. Now imagine, these are 4 different games you can play. Bananagram by far is the best game of all these. But these are 4 different games you can play, right? Imagine having to take all of these pieces and create a brand new game. Imagine that. What does that look like? This is what it looks like. You ready? This is actually what my house looks like right now because I have 5 nieces and nephews staying in the house. Okay? What is this? What is that? Come on, you guys, get closer to your brain. What is it? What is that? What game is that? Oh my, how do you play that? How do you do that? What is it? What's that look like? Chaos. What else? You want to mess with that? No pun intended. That is a hot mess. That is a hot, holy macro people. So many differences, right? And what you believe in is different from what I believe in. How are you and I going to get along? No, dude. I disagree with you. I'm from the West Coast. You're from the East Coast? We're never going to see alike, right? This sounds so ridiculous, but that happens all the time, and not just from coast to coast, sometimes within the same state, or as my nephew would say, take. He's having a hard time with his S's. Okay? Chaos. So how do we take these pieces, these people in this room, right, and how do we create one family? Where do you start? Where would you even start? Oh my gosh, where would you start? I had to do this 3 years ago when I first got here. Where do you start? Where do you start? How do you build a culture? Set standard. It's another word. Something even like deeper than standard. Something that they do not go away. It's your core values. Okay? Values. So we have to build values. We have to agree upon, commit to. And commit's hard. Commit's hard. Okay? I'm literally, you can see over. Commit. I'll still take it to the rim. So you have to commit. Commit is so hard. Commit is so hard. Okay, so here's what we do in our program. And I'll show you this, and then I'll let you guys sit back down. Unless you want to hang out right here, I'm totally comfortable with it. All right? What we'll do is we'll bring recruits and their families, and we'll sit here longer, and they have to spell out our core values. But I'll just tell you, for sake of time, I'll tell you what they are. We rap in women's basketball. We rap. I love rap. Literally, we rap. When we get together, we rap. We literally do. But it's an acronym, okay? And the R is respect, the A is attitude, and the P is preparation. You guys sit like that. Thanks for hanging out with me. I had to get you moving. I said I was going to help you move, so you're welcome. All right? Respect, attitude, and preparation. Here's what. You need those core values. That's where you begin. So all of your differences, they don't matter anymore. Because we're going to say right now that we're going to commit to being respectful, having an awesome attitude, and being prepared. So when we talk about these values, here's what we talk about. The R, respect. You have to respect yourself first, and you're learning to do that. You're learning to lead yourself. Are you eating properly, right? Athletes, Division I athletes. Are you sleeping, okay? What are your social decisions like? Whoa, a head coach up here talking about social decisions? Oh, you better believe we talk about it. Ask them. Uncomfortable at first? Absolutely. Still uncomfortable? Probably. But we talk about it. We talk about it because there are no secrets in our family. No secrets, okay? So what kind of social decisions are you making? And do you really want to be making that? I know college is cool and all. It's cool, like coming out of high school. Dartmouth, am I going to be able to like have some fun at Dartmouth? Yeah. Yes! To me, having fun is being on that basketball court. That's me having fun. To me, having fun is sitting in this classroom right now. Are you not having fun? Of course college is fun. Socially, yes, very fun. Okay? But be smart. Be smart and stay committed to your values. Respect yourself. Okay? And then we say respect others. Respect others. And that is where it gets a little harder. All right? Because others are different from you. And others may disagree with you all the time. And guess what? You're all going to be judged. All the time. All the time. You're probably judging me right now for my white socks and my outfit. Okay? I'm a mess. haven't slept, 5 kids in the house, okay? You're constantly going to be judged, but you got to be so confident in yourself that that doesn't matter. So respecting each other is so important. Look each other in the eyes as teammates. Ask each other questions if you don't understand something from each other. Someone says something, right? Accent. Do you have an accent or you have a different tradition? I never heard of that before. Tell me about that. Talk to me about that. Oh, really? You do that? Don't judge that. Ask. Gain another perspective. Put a different lens on. Don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything you hear. Okay? Communicate about it and figure it out. Respect each other. And then you have to respect your sport. You have to respect your sport, you guys. You're so blessed, all right, to be able to be here and play at the level that you play, all right? Remember that. Too many of us forget that because it's always been there for you. Well, it wasn't that long ago where it wasn't there. For women's basketball, in 1970, what was it, 70? What was Maria, 72? So my brain doesn't remember numbers. The early 70s, there was not a women's basketball team here at Dartmouth. There weren't women here. That wasn't that long ago. Right? I was born in 1980. Grateful to be born in 1980 because there were basketball teams for me to play on. But Grandma Carmela, she didn't get to play basketball. And let me tell you something, she couldn't move. I told you that. So fast. She never sat. She would have been, oh my gosh, moving. And she was great with her hands. Soccer, I don't know. But she could move, never had the opportunity. Respect your sport. When you play, dive after loose balls or pick an analogy in your sport. Okay? Give it your all. Respect your sport. Respect the officials that are part of it. That is so important. That's respect. Attitude, simple. Simple to say, not so simple to do. Positive. Positive attitude. Remember, it's not about you. Oh, coach, yeah, I didn't sleep last night. Oh, so now you bring your cranky pants to practice because you didn't sleep? So now we have to deal with you because you decided not to sleep. I didn't decide that. I have a test. Okay, how long do you know, right? You know the conversation, you all probably said it. Maybe you've slept through a practice before. How many people have done that? Get them up, I've done it. It happens, you're human, okay? But you gotta bring that positive attitude. When you walk into the gym, when you walk into your locker room, when you walk into the office to connect with your teammates or your coaches, when you walk into here, okay? Don't bring your cranky pants in here. Don't bring that negative, I'm not interested body language. You're here for a reason. You're walking through that door for a reason. Bring it. Bring it. Show Spaldo that, look, it's not enough just to show up. You've got to show up. A lot of people don't. There are a lot of empty chairs in here. And that's a shame. Because I know you have more members on your team that are sitting right here. Yes? Some of them may be here, some of them may not. It doesn't matter. Bring them. I brought my sister. Come on. Right? Fill the chairs up. Fill the chairs up. Positive attitude. That's leading. That's becoming a great teammate. That's holding others accountable. Okay? So have a positive attitude. And then the P is preparation. If you're going to do something, if you're going to commit to something, do it well. Why else would you do it? Why else would you do it? So here, Ivy League. We talk about this all the time, right? Academics, basketball. Yeah, sure. Okay, social. What else? Family, what else in your life? You play the guitar? I play the guitar. Guitar, keep going. What else is in your life? A lot of things. If you're going to commit to all those things, you need to commit fully. Is there enough time in the day for that? If you're committing to it, you make that time. Back to those social decisions, right? Get to bed earlier. What are you committing to? What are you preparing yourself for? For us, when you commit to our program, our team, you are all in. So your academics are equally as important to your commitment to your sport. Oh my gosh, did she just say that? Yes. How does that not make sense? Well, we're different, let's talk about it. It makes sense to me, because if you're committing to my family, I need you there all the time. If there's a conflict with a test, guess what? We're going to talk about that, and you're committed to that. We're going to figure that out. But you're going to pour your heart into that test, just like you're going to pour your heart into our team. We're going to figure that out. The only way to figure that out is to communicate, which is why I love rap, because what is rap? When you're rapping, you're communicating. It's constant communication. All right? And if you don't feel like you can communicate enough or well enough or often enough, start practicing that. That's part of holding yourself accountable and others accountable. It's communicating. In our program, on our team, we talk all the time. And it's not talking just to hear ourselves talk. You know, a lot of coaches are like, oh, they just love to hear themselves talk. They talk for days. right? Fact, that's true. Okay? That's not the kind of conversation we're having. We talk one-on-one, just like this. Ask them, coffee talks, all the time. Pick a place, Starbucks, cool, love it. Pick another coffee shop. Oh, the Green, meet you there. Boom, just like this. Us, me and them. We have mentor-mentee meetings with our assistant coaches and our team. We break down the whole team, right? And everyone has a coach to connect with once a week at least. Again, pick a spot. Doesn't have to be in the office, doesn't have to be behind a desk, right? No, pick a spot, let's talk. Then we have peer-to-peer. We call them accountability buddies, AB buddies, where they're talking to each other. So we're actually putting structure in place to help you lead each other, right? Hey, have you talked to your teammate, your accountability buddy? Oh, I don't have time. Oh, yeah, you have time. It's AB week. You didn't know? This week is AB week, accountability week, accountability buddy week. This is what we do, right? And we'll give them different. One week we say, hey, you're going to dinner. Let us know. Take a picture of yourselves at dinner afterwards. Chat about it, right? Another week, maybe movie night. Coach, you're talking about communicating. Well, we'll do movie night like maybe the third month in, okay? Right? But it's all about building relationships with each other. And we try to pair them off by their differences, okay? We got Iowa right here, Texas, Ohio, Virginia, and our maniac from Maine. Woo! Okay? 5 different people. Do they all look different? They all sound different. You get to know them. Personalities, holy macro, different. Okay? But they love each other. And that's right, we use the word love all the time. Just like Spalding was saying. We love each other. Okay? So this is what we're talking about, this communication. So important. The other thing I love about rap, and I'm going to wrap it up here, but you following me?
Whoa.
No? Rap, Coach Maria laughs at me. Rap is rhythmic. You gotta have rhythm to rap, okay? And here's what I love about rhythm. And this is what's so cool. Okay, we said communication, how important that is, okay? And rhythm. Tough spelling bee for a rhythm. All right? You see, you guys musical? Anybody musical in the house? Anybody? No one? Thank you in the back. Okay. Those are notes. There's different kinds of notes. They're different speeds, right? You are all on different timelines. Even though you're all sophomores and you're here together for your sophomore summer, you're on different timelines of development. You just are. Think about your sport and your skills. You're on different timelines, right, with your skill development. It's the same with your leadership skill development. Now, we want to help you get to where you're going, becoming a great teammate. But you got to understand you're all on different timelines, and you got to own that about yourself. Don't ever compare yourself to others. Don't do that. Society does that enough. You don't have to do that. Be where you are. Be where you are, okay? And understand, look, this is where my teammate is right now, and that's cool. And we're going to help her along the way. And this is where I am right now. And this, you understand? So that's rap 2, with your values, living out your values. Some teammates live out these values better than others, okay? Help them with their timeline. You with me? All right, that's what Grandma Carmela taught me. Here's what Grandpa Rich taught me. You guys have a piece of paper in front of you, blank page? So we're sitting here one morning and he says, Belle, I got a challenge for you. And this is what he did. Grandpa Rich. He drew 9 dots on a napkin. All right? And for the sake of all of you, I thought this up. I thought this was pretty creative. Ready? Instead of 9 dots, we're just going to go ahead and do letters. S-O-P-H-O-M-O-R-E. What's that spell? All right, thank you for joining me. Okay? 9 dots, 9 letters. You have 4 lines. 4 lines and 4 lines only to connect all 9 letters. But here's the thing before you begin. Once you put the pen or the pencil to paper, you cannot pick it up again. So you can't draw a line here, pick it up, go here, pick it up, go. Okay? Once you go, you keep going. Understood? 4 lines connect all 9 letters. Ready? Go. Grandpa Rich, he was tough. seconds.
You're not gonna do it? Okay, yeah.
10 seconds. It's my internal clock.
Yeah.
All right, pencils up. Hold them up. Anyone get it? Anybody except for the 5 in the front? Anyone get it? Anyone want to take a stab at it? Except for the first 5? You got one? Yeah? Okay. Come on up. Let's go. Tyler got it. What did Tyler do? What did Tyler do to make it happen? And this one, what did he do? He stretched. He stretched, right? Where did your eyes go? Boom, right there, right? Those 9 dots, those 9 letters. You're like, 4, this is impossible. How? 4? Exactly our point. If you don't stretch your minds, if you don't stretch your perspectives, okay? If you don't stretch your lenses, if you stay seated right where you are today, you are not moving, which means you are not leading. To lead, you have to move and you have to stretch. And I am encouraging you with all of my heart, and it's pretty big, all right? What's that word? M-O-R-E. Do more, start now. Hold each other accountable. Move and stretch. Thank you.
We have a little bit of time for question and answer with Coach Belle. If you guys got any questions for me?
Anything?
What was the hardest thing you overcome?
You want me to-
Yeah.
That's an awesome question. So I'm 35.
Can you repeat it for?
Yeah. So what was kind of the hardest challenge for me throughout my leadership journey? Yes, is that a good way to summarize it? Okay. Cool. So I can kind of pick up this answer in a lot of different places, right? Because as you're growing and developing throughout your life, throughout your education, throughout your experiences, like I said, like I'm sitting here with Grandma and Grandpa, as a middle school kid in Pelham, New York, not realizing the impact that they're having on me in that moment. Now, 35, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's why my leadership style is that way. That's who I learned from. That's what I understood leadership to be. But for me, when I was in college, okay, and I think this helped me, playing basketball at 5'1" on a good day, every day's a good day, with newspaper in my sneakers, 5'1". I had a lot of people growing up telling me, be negative, you're too small, stick with tennis. Tennis was really my sport. And they're like, that's what people say. Tennis was really my sport. Well, basketball has become my life. But I love tennis. But you're better at tennis because you're too small for basketball. And I have a little chip on my shoulder, and it's a healthy chip. And I think that chip has helped me learn how to lead. Because some people have chips on our shoulders, and it's not a healthy chip. It actually hurts you, right? You're like pissed off at people or the world, who knows. And we all have different experiences, and then some may be hard experiences that we've had, and hard to let go of those and impacted by things, right? But you got to turn this chip into a positive chip, and that's what I did. I turned it into motivation. I turned it into, well, I appreciate your opinion, and I disagree, and let me show you how I disagree. So I think it started there. And then when I got into college, so in basketball, I play the point guard position, And I don't know how many people are familiar with hoop, but the point guard position is a really important position. You're essentially the leader on the floor. That's how it's defined, right? And as a freshman coming in, I played at the University of Richmond, and I came in to a group that our team was really, really good, and the better players were our seniors. It just happened to be that way. And then I got thrown into that mix. I had to earn my way, but I earned a starting position with all seniors, okay? And that's hard, because I'm the point guard, and I'm supposed to be the voice on the floor, and I'm a little bitty freshman. Literally little bitty freshman, and actually freshman, because I just arrived there, right? So that was hard for me. But I'll tell you what happened. I had a teammate who was a senior, named Carolyn Center. She works at the University of Richmond still. And she took me under her wing. And she held me accountable. She was a great teammate. Great teammate. And she said, listen, Belle, we trust you. We believe in you. And we'll listen to you. We need you to play your role. And your role is our freshman point guard. And you know, we're going to take the freshman out of that. Your role is our point guard. You see, because it's not about your age. It's not. What do I have on all of you? I was born in 1980. What does Spaldo have on me? I won't tell him when you're born. Okay? So that's it, you guys. We just got here before you, and we kind of got to go through this world before you. It doesn't make us better than you. It doesn't. So freshman to senior, you're not a better person, or a better player, or a better leader because you're a senior, right? You got to grow into that. You got to develop that timeline, right? So we took the freshman out of it, and I was actually able to just release myself from like that pressure and that fear, and just go out and play because I had the respect and I had the support. I had the support of my senior teammates, you know, that year. So that taught me something. That gave me confidence, and that had, you know, had nothing to do with everything else I was learning at the time. So that's something I would point out there that was kind of challenging, and I learned from. Then I took a class in Richmond. It was my sophomore year, actually. I shared this with Tribe 2 years ago. It's called Martin Luther King Jr. That was the name of the course, and it was awesome. And I walked in there, and no syllabi, right? For like how many A types in here who need structure? Yeah, raise them up. Right? A types, like give me the syllabi, tell me exactly what I have to do, when I have to do it, where. Okay, so you walked into this class, and he gave us, he wrote 5 different books on the board for us to go by, and said, yeah, just read the books, come on in and we'll talk about it. What? Read the book, like what book? Hell, it doesn't matter. Pick up any book that moves you. Read a chapter. And if you're reading, you're not feeling it, pick up another book. Right? It's like blowing your mind right now. Like, what? This is a college class for University of Richmond? Yes. But that taught me about adaptability, it taught me about flexibility, and it taught me that there are many different ways to do things. So that the A-types out there who are like, no, this is the way, this is the only way, right? No, that way works for you. Cool, you do it that way, but I'm going to do it this way. And our staff, right? Our staff, there's 4 of us on staff, and we're all very, very different. And we all work differently. So we adapt to each other. So for me as a leader, if I walk into the office and I tell Coach Maria, Coach Addie, Coach Michael, and Coach Steve that they have to be this way, they're going to work for me, I am shrinking them. Like, I'm not helping them grow, I'm limiting them. You know what I'm saying? So that class taught me to adapt, to embrace, to be flexible, to be open-minded, really open-minded. That there are different ways to learn and different ways to do things. So I hope that answers.
Anything else for Coach Bell? All right, let's give her in.